You're best friends with a pedophile for 10 years, one time, and the world never forgets it.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime?
Yes.
What was the crime of which you were convicted?
When Donald Trump became president for the second time in January 2025, he inherited more than just the usual presidential responsibilities. He also inherited a decades-old controversy that refuses to go away: his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the financier who died in federal custody in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. The relationship between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein began around 1987. By 2002, when Trump spoke to New York Magazine, he said he had known Jeff for 15 years. This wasn't just casual knowledge. The two men moved in the same exclusive circles in New York and Palm Beach. In that 2002 interview, Trump made a statement that would be quoted thousands of times in the years to come. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life." The evidence of their friendship is extensive. Throughout the 1990s, they attended parties together. In November 1992, Trump hosted Epstein at an NFL-themed party at Mar-a-Lago with Buffalo Bills cheerleaders. In 1997, they went to a Victoria's Secret Angels event in New York together. One party from 1992 stands out in the records: a gathering at Mar-a-Lago where Trump and Epstein were reportedly the only two men present with 28 women. When the Department of Justice released documents from their Epstein investigation, they revealed the extent of Trump's connection to Epstein's world. Trump's name appears in Epstein's flight logs 7 times between 1993 and 1997. These weren't casual mentions. The records show specific flights. October 11th, 1993, from Palm Beach to Teterboro with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. May 15th, 1994, with Trump's then-wife Marla Maples, their infant daughter Tiffany, and a nanny. January 5th, 1997, from Palm Beach to Newark with Epstein, Maxwell, and billionaire couple Glenn and Ava Dubin. August 13th, 1995, from Florida to New Jersey with Epstein, Maxwell, and Trump's son Eric. The flight logs show no trips to Epstein's private island, and Trump has consistently denied visiting Little St. James.
That's such old history, very easy to explain, but I don't want to waste your time by explaining it. But for years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help, and I said, don't ever do that again. And by the way, I never went to the island.
But the documented flights show regular contact between the two men and their families. Then there are the phone books. Epstein kept detailed contact information, and Trump's presence in these records is substantial. 14 phone numbers connected to Trump appear in Epstein's black book. Not just Trump himself, but Melania Trump, Ivanka Trump, Ivana Trump, Eric Trump, Trump's brother Robert and his wife, personal assistants, houseman, and security officer. A separate 1997 address book contained additional Trump-related contacts, including Melania Trump's best friend. These books contained over 1,000 names of celebrities, politicians, and business figures, but the Trump entries were numerous and detailed. In 2000, something happened at Mar-a-Lago that would become central to understanding Epstein's operation. Virginia Giuffre, who was 16 and working at the resort spa, was approached by Ghislaine Maxwell. According to Giuffre's later testimony, Maxwell offered her work as a masseuse for Epstein. This was how Giuffre entered Epstein's world. She was recruited at Trump's resort. Years later, when Giuffre gave depositions in legal proceedings, she was asked specifically about Trump. Her answers were clear. Trump didn't partake in any sex with us and never flirted with me. She said she never said that Trump told Epstein, "You've got the life." She confirmed she worked for Donald Trump and met him probably a few times, but saw no evidence of sexual misconduct. These statements are significant because Giuffre became one of Epstein's most credible accusers, and her testimony about other powerful men was detailed and damaging. But regarding Trump, her testimony was consistently exonerating. But let's assume she wasn't threatened. The Trump-Epstein friendship didn't end gradually. It ended in a bitter public dispute over real estate. In 2004, both men wanted the same property, a $41 million Palm Beach mansion called Maison de l'Amitié. Trump wanted to buy it to flip for profit. Epstein wanted it as a residence. The bidding became competitive and personal. Trustee Joseph Luzinski later reported that both camps were actively lobbying against each other. Trump won with a bid of $41.35 million, beating Epstein's final offer of $38.6 million. Trump later sold the property for $95 million in 2008. But the real break came in 2007. Multiple sources report that Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after Epstein allegedly made inappropriate advances toward the teenage daughter of another club member. Even Trump himself said this.
He did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that work for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again, and I threw him out of the place.
This ban happened months before Epstein's 2008 guilty plea to state charges involving a 14-year-old girl. When Trump returned to the presidency in 2025, the Epstein matter followed him into the White House. In May 2025, Attorney General Pam Bondi briefed Trump that his name appeared multiple times in DOJ Epstein investigation files.
A breaking news bombshell just dropping. A news report today that President Trump's name is among the many listed in the Jeffrey Epstein files.
The briefing covered Trump's presence in Epstein's phone directory, mentions in flight logs, and various documents containing what officials called unverified hearsay about multiple high-profile figures. Officials made clear that appearing in the files doesn't indicate wrongdoing, and Trump has never been accused of criminal conduct related to Epstein.
And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know.
In February 2025, the Trump administration released what it called Phase 1 of Epstein files, about 350 pages that mostly repeated information already public. The promise was that more would follow. But in July 2025, the DOJ announced it would not release additional files.
Now to the breaking news overnight about the Jeffrey Epstein files and the conspiracy theories officially being rejected.
Their reasons: no evidence of a client list, no credible evidence of blackmail operations, unreleased materials containing child pornography and victim information, and confirmation that Epstein died by suicide. This decision created an unusual political problem for Trump. His own supporters, who had been demanding transparency about Epstein, criticized the decision.
We were all told there was more, and now they're telling us there's nothing.
And like a sap, you believed them.
Trump initially told supporters to move on from the Epstein matter, then reversed course and ordered the DOJ to seek release of grand jury transcripts. A federal judge in Florida denied the first request. On July 17, 2025, the Wall Street Journal published a story that added another layer to the controversy. The journal reported that Trump had sent Epstein a bawdy birthday letter in 2003, allegedly including a drawing of a naked woman with Trump's signature and text ending with, "Happy birthday, you, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Trump's response was immediate and aggressive. He denied writing the letter and filed a defamation lawsuit against the Journal and Rupert Murdoch. The letter's authenticity remains disputed. The most significant development came in late July 2025 when Ghislaine Maxwell agreed to cooperate with the DOJ. Maxwell, Epstein's longtime associate, is serving 20 years for sex trafficking and conspiracy. She was convicted in December 2021 and is appealing to the Supreme Court. On July 24th to 25th, 2025, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche interviewed Maxwell for 9 hours over 2 days at the federal courthouse in Tallahassee. Maxwell received limited immunity and was asked about approximately 100 different people. Her attorney said she answered every question and didn't hold anything back. No promises were made about sentence reduction or clemency, but when asked about pardoning Maxwell, Trump said, "I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I haven't thought about."
I'm allowed to do it, but it's something I have not thought about.
Maxwell's cooperation is significant because she was Epstein's operational partner for decades. She knows who was involved, when, and how. Her testimony could implicate other high-profile individuals or provide exonerating information. In July 2025, the House Oversight Committee voted 8-2, with 3 Republicans joining Democrats, to subpoena Maxwell for testimony and demand additional Epstein files from the DOJ. Maxwell was ordered to appear for deposition in August 2025. The Trump administration also filed motions in multiple courts seeking grand jury transcripts, citing extensive public interest and transparency goals.
Our request covers all documents, files, evidence, and other materials in possession of the DOJ, the FBI, related to the case of the United States versus Jeffrey Epstein. While protecting the victims' identities can and must be of top importance, the public has a right to know who enabled, knew of, or participated in one of the most heinous sex trafficking operations in history.
The Florida request was denied, while similar requests in New York remain pending. Trump and Epstein met in 1987 and stayed close for nearly 20 years. flying, partying, and keeping in touch through staff and family. Their friendship ended over a real estate dispute, and Trump banned Epstein before his legal troubles became public. There's no proof Trump was involved in any crimes, and key accuser Virginia Giuffre cleared him. Still, their long connection keeps raising questions. The story continues to unfold with investigations ongoing and key witnesses still cooperating. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content.